What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Ora, so we back with another video on the new Ora channel. How we doing? So in today's video, man, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to get rid of melody slash beat block. So everybody knows it, man, you know what I'm saying? Melody block and loop block, it's a real thing, you know, especially beat block, you know what I'm saying? Just it happens all the time. I'm not even sure how it happens, but it's a genetic kind of thing, you know what I mean? It's like a real thing that happens in the cortex of the brain, where, you know, that creative flow that you once had just you know, kind of ceases to exist. You know, you just can't really think of anything, you can't make anything, you don't really have anything in mind. And if you're like me, it feels like you always have melody block. So one thing that I do, especially to help with this kind of thing, is I just listen to loops, you know what I mean? Whether it just be in like a drum kit or a loop kit, whatever, right? Just listen to loops, you know, listen to different songs, listen to music in general, and just kind of get a feel for what you want to make, right? So I'll just kind of browse these loops, you know, as Nick Mira, shout out Nick Mira. So he's got some banger loops. Alright, and then the next thing is I find a sound, right? So we're just going to use the Sapphire Bell. It's a solid sound. I'm going to start off by just EQing out the lows just so you can get the preset ready. I'm adding vintage verb, turning the mix down, and boom. From there you want to pick a scale, right? So we're just going to go in using the minor scale, of course, and we're going to go with F. Alright, so after that, sometimes the first thing I'll do is I will lay down the bass line, right? Because the bass line is kind of the foundation for your loop. You can do that, or if you have like a top melody in mind, you can lay down the top melody and then build the chords around that. But I'm more of like a bass line kind of guy, and I've actually kind of made these basic chord progressions in my stash. I highly advise doing this. Like, it's a really solid idea, kind of helps you get that, you know, workflow going. It just really helps. But we're not gonna be using that. We're just gonna make something fresh, and you know, I'll just show you. Alright, so one chord progression that I know of is the F to C sharp, and then to the C, I think. So what you can do is you can just lay out a very basic chord progression and then build the chords off that, right? Very basic chord progression, but it works, right? And the key thing to remember is that if it works, then fuck it, you know what I mean? You don't need to make it some super complex thing, and that's really, you know, the best tip I can give is, you know, don't worry about it not being, you know, this super complex melody, right? So now what we're gonna do, if you didn't see what I did, pretty much I just took these notes, right? I took the middle notes and I brought them up. So you just hold control and shift, and then you just bring these up by using control and the up arrow. I don't think I need to explain that. And then I just duplicated the bass line and brought it down and then lowered the velocities, right? So this just gives it more frequency depth, right? A little bit more kind of expansion, right? So Nick Mira, right? So you see how it would take now a little bit more of the EQ, right? I'm actually going to bring this up. I kind of like it like that. Okay. I think that's, yeah, alright, that'll work. But our goal is to pretty much just kind of fill the EQ up, right? So we need more kind of color in this area. We need a little bit more. And that's going to be kind of the mid-highs, right? So that's going to be this. So boom, just like that, and then we can play it out. And then what you can do is you can start playing around with the chords a little bit, right? So you can maybe, you know, remove a note or something, right? Change them. But I kind of have a little feeling for this note right here, so I kind of want to bring it down. Alright, so I kind of like that, right? So now what you can do is, if you want, you can play around with frequencies or velocities. So I normally just like to Alt A and then Alt R, and you know, just randomize it, right? Make sure these are a little bit lower, but just randomize the velocities and call it a day. So I do think this is a little bit too high up. It's a little too high pitch. So we're just gonna bring it down 2 or 3. That works, yeah. All right, so now we're gonna clone this, copy this, and then we're gonna hit Alt-A, and that's gonna arpeggiate. So if you're not really good, you know, on like layering and you don't really know exactly what to do for like a second sound, arpeggiating is a great way to kind of just lay something out, right? So you can kind of do it like this, you know, a little bit slower. You can change around time multiplier, but I just keep it at this. And then as you can see, the velocities are a little crazy, so we're just gonna equalize them all, you know, lay them all, flatten them all out, and then we're just gonna randomize it again, and then bring the lows down just a little bit. And then we're gonna find a new sound. I'm gonna go into my Omni stash. I'm gonna try to find something. Alright, then we're going to give it its own mixer track. Make sure that you do that because this is going to come in handy later on. So we're just going to do the same exact presets, except we're going to add shaper box. So I have a cool preset that I like to use. It's called Bring It. So you just put this in the back, like all the way at the top, and then you call it a day. So I also want to add a bit of fruity filter. Yeah, it's cool. So if you want, you can bring this up. This might be a little too low. I'm not sure this is a great sound. Kind of like that. So now that we have that, I think it's time to lay out some top notes. So just start laying out some top notes. Hum things out, you know, just think of things, you know what I mean? Play things out, just click stuff in and just try to create something that works. Kind of like that. It's pretty simple. I'm actually trying to like play around with this a little bit. I'm starting to just get a little bit funky. And let's add the shaper box back on. Alright, I like that. I'm gonna bring it down one more. Alright, wonderful. So we're gonna open up Serum. You can find a lot of really cool leads in Serum. I think the sound needs a little bit of affecting. But I'm gonna record and I'm gonna raise it. Quantize by hitting Shift Q. Just quick quantize. Okay, same thing here. Actually, we'll just copy and paste it over. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna give this its own track, and then I'm gonna EQ the highs and the lows. I'm gonna make this a sharper EQ. And then I'm gonna do another one with just like a slow, kind of subtle EQ, and then another vintage reverb, except this one's gonna be higher up on the mix level, and I'm also gonna add a delay and then turn this down. Somebody gave me a tip about delay, but I don't remember what it was, to be honest. Not really sure. Whatever. And we're gonna turn up the mix a little bit more on that, and then cut just a little bit more of the highs. And of course, we want to cut the lows, make this sharper. And I'm gonna put some pancake on it and make it very subtle. All right, so I'm gonna pitch this up back, and then all together it's gonna sound like this. Alright, I'm gonna work on this sound a little bit. Alright, let's say that's pretty solid. So now to finish it off, I just like to export all of these and make it their own sound. Not bad at all. So that's pretty much it, man. I really hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the New Era channel, follow me on Instagram at Proud by Ora, follow New Era on Instagram at One New Era. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys watching. Next video I'm gonna make a loop that's 10 times better. Yeah, man. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.